This is where parents have the best front row seats. If they're looking at their children at their gift level and not their skill level and just allowing them to be, you will see so much coming out of them that is leveraging their God-given gifts and abilities. Welcome to another session of Strategies for Creatives, and today we are talking about your gifts matter. What's your aptitude? Let's brainstorm. All right, so if you've been following this podcast and everything I've been talking about for the last year, you will know that everything's been centered around gifts. What is your gift? How are you exercising your gifts? How are you utilizing your gifts? How is it important? Are you leveraging it for your current position? Are you trying to use it for your future goals? Everything's gift related. But let's get back to why and how you can use them and how you're leveraging them and why they really matter. Your gifts are innately in you since birth. And most of us don't think of it that way. And a lot of times we get our gifts mixed up with what skills are. And skills are things that you learn over time, where your gifts are things that you actually have already baked inside of you that doesn't need any assistance. They can only be expounded upon, but this is something that was given to you from your creator. Me personally, I believe was given from God. And this is something that you did not have to work for. So when you think about your gifts, think of it that way. Something you did not have to work for, but was innately inside you. And all you do is expound upon it. That's singing, that's athleticism, that's knowledge, that's information, that's how you think. That's how you process. Those are all gifts. And I'm going to break down a few of them just to run through so you get a real understanding and idea about gifts. And I kind of broke them up in a few sections. So when it comes to thinking, some gifts that you'll have is learning, your high IQ, how you learn, how you process, how you gather information, and how it's compartmentalized. Strategy, how you strategize. This is one of my gifts. How you go about things. You love puzzles. You love figuring out things. You can, work on Rubik's cubes, and it takes no time for you to do it because you can just process it in your mind, and that's something that's not taught to you. Extraordinary memory. You have the ability to keep knowledge and information inside, and you can have a quick recall. And recall is one of them as well, which goes into retention. So how well you get information and how well you receive it, and then how you push it back and be able to and give it back to somebody else. And the way you give it back is also another way, which is communication. Another one is numerics. You're really good with numbers. You understand systems. You understand the numerology and how things connect together. You're really good at solving hard equations, and it's not simplistic math like, adding, subtracting, stuff like that, but you're now into trig, and it just makes sense to you, and no one really has to teach it, but you just get it. And then communication and order, how you speak, how you say certain things. Me personally, I had to work on that. I'm still working on it. How you speak, how you deliver information. And some people are very good at it. Their diction is really well coming out the gate. And you're like, how in the world is that possible? And then we get into visual and physical gifts. Now, this is where things start getting very broad and they can go very detailed, but I only did a few. When it comes to building, you're really good with your hands. You know how to build things. You like the engineering side of things, putting things together. You understand the gearing. You understand the connectivity between certain things. And that cognitive side and the will of that side of the brain is really working for you. Observers, you're really good at observing. This is another gift that I know that I have for sure, and my parents noticed it when I was a child. How well you pay attention to something, and then also the information that you get from it, and then how you utilize that information when it comes to paying attention. So people that like to study, or especially someone that's a scientist, or they might even be a therapist, and they're starting to really pay attention to detail. They like being observant, and they understand what the importance is from that, and it's just a gift from them. Visual speed. Now we get to the physical gifts. You're just quick. The way your body fires, the way your neurons and protons and all that kind of stuff work together, and your muscles and all that muscle memory, it's just easy for you. And that's where you start seeing the LeBron James and people that can just jump out the sky, or they're extremely quick when it comes to the field, like Tyron Hill. I know I'm probably getting his name wrong, but Hill that plays on the Dolphins, I think he does right now. And he's just one of the quickest people when it comes to that. Or your hands are extremely large for catching. All of those things are physical representations when it comes to your God-given gifts. Broad shoulders, large legs, those things when it comes to running fast or being able to jump, or having the ability to navigate and depend on the sport that you need, those large parts of your body are overemphasized. I have extremely broad shoulders. So I was really good when it came to getting in the post and being able to back people down. Having those shoulders to make space and move when it came to basketball was extremely helpful, as well as when you're a wide receiver, or if you're like pushing people around and being able to lift things and being able to move things around when it comes to like strong men and stuff like that. Athleticism kind of goes in that same aspect when it comes to speed, strength, and all those kind of things. And let's get into sound. So this is another area when it comes to God-given natural gifts. You're really good with rhythm. You understand the processing of rhythm. You understand how to put things together. I know people that are extremely profound and almost to the point of genius level when it comes to making music. They learn things quickly. They're able to pick it up. They understand the theology behind music theory and how to leverage certain things. One of the people I think of at the top of my head is two people really. One is Prince. The man not just played music, but he also orchestrated. He also was able to write, produce, like you name it, he did it. He was his own one-man band. People that I think of now in our genre, in our day and age, is Bruno Mars. He does the same thing. No knock to anyone else that just sings or does musicianship. But when you have that capability to understand it from the end to the beginning, and you're constantly being able to, magnetize and maneuver around in different sounds and different ways you can use vibrato, and now you're becoming a student, which now you're adding your different skills to that God-given gift. But those are the two people that I think of when it comes to rhythm and creativity when it comes to that. Tone. You understand tone. People that have perfect pitch. People that can easily understand how music is working, where the pitch should be, and they're orchestrating in that sense, and they can hear it easily. Now, you can train that, obviously. My wife, she has perfect pitch. I don't know how she does it, but she can hear a note, call it out, and it's just like right there. Me, I have to listen to it a couple times. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's C. Oh, that's D. Right? Okay, that's F sharp. But understanding that from that aspect and just being able to hear it, it does understand training. But when you have perfect pitch as a child, there's no training in that more than likely is a gift. The vibrations that you feel, the areas and environments that you might be in, being sensitive. So now we get into spiritual gifts, and the Bible talks about several of them when it comes to like the spirit of like the gifts of prophecy and teaching. And I'm not talking about those. What I am leveraging is the ones that literally everyone has without a title to them. But you don't realize what they are until later on in life when you now mix it with some type of skill. So if you have the gift of tone, or you have the gift of, physical representation of athleticism, no one will see that until you do something. No one will see that you're a builder and you understand engineering until you start building and playing with something. This is where parents have the best front row seats. If they're looking at their children at their gift level and not their skill level and just allowing them to be, you will see so much coming out of them that is leveraging their God-given gifts and abilities. This is something that most people look over because they're looking for more than what might really be there, but the natural gifts that are there are always going to be beneficial in the long run. I'm going to add a PDF to this video. So it's not just about likes and dislikes, it's a part of it. But the other piece has to deal with your level of gifting. I hope this helps somebody. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. I enjoy hearing from you guys and wanting to hear what else do you want me to talk about when it comes to gifts, talents, abilities, skills, and creativity. I love to strategize with people. Hit me up. Love to strategize with you. Peace. Yo, what's up, everybody? To all my followers, everyone that's been watching and has been enjoying the content, I wanted to let you all know that I have some apparel that I just released on my website, desktopcreatives.com. Wear the drip. If you're interested, want to rock something different, just want to support, go to my website, desktopcreatives.com. Wear the drip. All the apparel's out there, sweatshirts, t-shirts, beanies, and I even got a cup on there if you enjoy your Java.